All right, he's actor Jamie Hector. He's in one of my favorite shows. I've been talking about Bosch for, 7 years now? Since day one. Titus Welliver is the lead of this, but Jamie plays his sidekick, Jerry Edgar, who joins us on the program. Congrats on the success of the show there, Jamie. How surprised were you with the success of this?
Thank you, Dan. Thanks for having me, by the way. Surprised. It was amazing to us because we were the first show on Amazon to actually set Amazon off on this platform of viewership, right? People actually sitting and watching Amazon as a television show. And then to see the success, the longest running show on Amazon, it blew my mind. So how surprised was I? With Michael Connelly and Eric Overmeyer on board, I was not surprised that it was great because I know that their writing and their casting was going to be on point, but I was just happy that we lasted this long.
Ever get really mad at Bosch or vice versa? Like Titus, you and Titus, when you're filming, did you ever get really angry?
Meaning the two of us personally in our real life, or you mean Harry and J. Edgar?
Well, I know Harry and J. Edgar, you guys have a real problem in season 7, but have you and Titus had arguments?
No. We never had an argument about anything, actually. We get along really well. We're both from the East Coast. Respected each other's work before we came on board, and we approached the work in a similar fashion. So we enjoyed working around each other, and we just always can't wait to getting back to work. With understanding, right? We've been doing this for 7 seasons, so every year we were ready to come back to work with each other. And this year things are changing, meaning going into next year. But no, never any conflict or anything at all.
Yeah, and then I started to wonder about this when you immerse yourself in a role. So when you're playing a cop, that you probably have to hang out with cops. Do you look at cops differently now, having played a cop?
Well, I do. Well, I look at good cops the same as I've always looked at them. You know what I mean? People that are dedicated to doing the work, people that are dedicated to supporting and protecting and serving, right?
And you're a good cop on Bosch, right? Would you say you're a good cop?
I mean, I do the work.
You try. You try to be a good cop. Yeah.
Absolutely. I come in, I try to do the work that is a perfect example. You've seen the season, right? The first season was we were trying to capture a necrophiliac. I'm sure everybody wants that guy off the street. And that's our job, to make sure that the citizens are protected. And we come out there to serve them. So yeah, I consider myself a good cop. Absolutely.
But did you do drive-alongs with the cops when you were researching this? Yeah?
I did. You know what? I'm from New York, so I've done drive-alongs with my partners here in New York, Ty Butler. And then when I went to LA, I've done drive-arounds with Tim Marsha and Mitzi Robertson. And it was an amazing adventure, right? Because we drove all around LA, went to Watts, went to Inglewood, and then made it back to Beverly Hills. And that's when the drama started. That's when we had to jump out, and Tim actually had to go and address an individual that was assaulting his wife.
Well, then it gets real. And then, so do you stay in the car?
You know what? I stay in the car, but there was one incident out here in New York where we went on a raid, and there was a guy that was selling guns out of his home. He was from North Carolina. And they told me, we met at 6:00 in the morning, and they said, listen, you can stay in the car or you can come inside. I was like, what's up with the bulletproof vest, buddy? I mean, you going. And this was in Bushwick, Brooklyn, right? And yeah. So I was like, hold on a second. So you guys are allowing me to come into the house? So they let me go in. I went in, no gun, no vest. Of course, I wouldn't have a gun. But they were certain that it was safe. Some of them climbed the fence. Some walked through the door. I walked through the door, and then we scouted the entire apartment. And it was really interesting because the guy got wind that they were coming, and he took off.
I wonder, though, if somebody's going to see you and think it's Marlo from The Wire.
Meaning, you meaning like on the raid?
Yeah, like they're going.
Or on the drive along.
Yeah. Hey, Marlo. Yeah.
No, I experienced that. I did. I experienced that driving in Inglewood. And it was like, Marlo, while I was in the passenger seat.
Are you more likely to have somebody ask you a question about The Wire or Bosch when somebody recognizes you?
You know what? It's a combination of both now, because I'll base it on the New York Knicks, right? The Madison Square Garden. I would always go there to go watch the game. And my first 2 or 3 seasons of working on Bosch, whenever I walked through the stadium, everyone would be screaming out, Mario Stranfield. Why? Oh my God, let's do this, let's take a picture. But then after the 3rd season, 4, 5, 6, whenever I went back to a game, that it just changed for some reason. Everyone was screaming Jerry Edgar for the most part. People were really loving the show, and they were approaching me based on that. So it's a fine balance right now. They really love the work and the show.
Paulie, my producer, has a question, but he wants to know if you'll answer this as Marlo. Okay. Are you capable?
No, let me tap back in. Hold on, I need a minute. No, of course.
I just want to make sure.
Sure I can.
Okay, all right, Paulie, your question for Jamie as Marlo.
If you're a fan of The Wire, like most of us are,
okay,
I guess maybe either Marlo or your character, when you had to kill Prop Joe, what was going through your mind? Prop Joe is the big drug dealer on the very lovable, very beloved by the fans.
So this is not as Jamie Hector. This is as Marlo.
Yeah,
and
maybe
going
both.
Through Marlo's mind.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what was going through his mind, I would have to say, was his purpose on Earth has expired. It was done. And looking at him and the way he took care of himself, the way that he took care of his community, meaning himself, physicality-wise, and just his inability to control his people anymore, it was just time for somebody to remove that crown. And that's what Marlo was constantly chasing, which was power. And Prop Joe had it.
How far ahead did you get in The Wire that you knew what was going to happen?
Well, we received a script. Unlike today, which we're binge watching, right?
Yeah.
So I'm working on a project right now for HBO, and I already got all the scripts. So I know what's going to happen beginning to end. But working on The Wire, it was per episode. So I didn't know.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I mean, because when it's a screenplay, a film, I get the entire script and I enjoy it. I know the beginning to end, but I approach it the way I approach it. But so for me, it doesn't make a difference. I prefer both, whichever one works best, But I have to say, I enjoy reading everything and knowing what's going on from beginning to end. So I would prefer that.
And a lot of the stars in The Wire, they were English. Like when they came over, just trying to immerse themselves in Baltimore, in that culture. I guess even more challenging for those guys to be able to do that. What did you think, though, when these guys would have their English accent and then all of a sudden they would go into their dialogue in The Wire and you're like, they transformed themselves into Stringer Bell?
I would just say, Dag, this dude is talented. Idris, Dominic West, even my guy that played the mayor, Carcetti, I would just look at them and just respect their level of dedication, because once the cameras are off, they're back into their, hey mate, And I'm like, oh man, I like that.
But you're young at the time. I mean, you're really new to this business.
I'm new to the business, but in regards to training and just knowing what it takes to actually do what is to be done, I wasn't new to that. So I knew that it took a certain amount of level of discipline, consistency, and dedication to get there.
Who scared you? What character scared you? Made you a little nervous on The Wire?
What characters made me a little nervous on The Wire? Me, Jamie Hector?
Yeah.
Or, okay, the character that made me nervous on The Wire was...
Snoop seemed real.
No, Snoop was real, right? Snoop was real, but the character that scared me was Isaiah Whitlock. a person that you can't trap in the corner. He's the only one that you can't trap in the corner. He can make, he can destroy, he can build, he can just dismantle you, and he knows how to sell light bulbs. You know, remember that scene where he he told Stringer Bell, like, look, man, I'm giving you a deal, man, a deal. You know, you're gonna put up all these light bulbs in the entire Board of Education. That's a dude that you got to look out for. He's scared.
He was so good. So good as a politician. We're talking to Jamie Hector. He plays, got a variety of roles, but he was J. Edgar in the seventh and final season of Bosch. No spoiler alert here, but I do think we're going to see a spinoff. Will you be involved in the spinoff with Bosch?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I wasn't given the word, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
No, you're being coy. There's
no, I really don't know. No, there is a spinoff, but I'm not too sure where I stand in the spinoff.
Yeah, because I got some questions still left for your character. I don't think we wrapped everything up in season 7 there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got some issues still going on there, J. Edgar.
Still. I mean, they don't just go away, right?
No.
I mean, especially.
No. And by the way, if you haven't seen Bosch has this unbelievable crib. It's spectacular. And he's always got jazz playing. And, his daughter, Maddie. But have you been into to Harry's crib there wherever that is in the hills?
Yeah, no, I have. I think it's season 4, right? I went to visit him in regards to somebody that shot his wife. So I brought some information to him over there. Okay. And then on 1 or 2 occasions, then it was a shootout that came to assassinate him over there. And then myself and Robertson, we went over there to go and help him out. So yeah, on several occasions.
I realized that you were in He Got Game, not a big role. So I had to go back and see if I could find you in He Got Game. I think you had 2 lines in He Got Game.
Hey, Jesus, I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. Jesus, can you help me out with some money, man? Come on, what's up, man? Can you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't forget. That was Spike Lee came. Listen, I'm in Holding. And I'm like, man, this is how they treat the extras in Holding. It was just 1 apple, right? I'm standing over there. And then Spike comes and he just looks and he's just like, choose him and him. And I was like, what am I doing? And then he basically gave me those lines. He said, I need you to come over here and just tell this dude how much you love him. Basically, you're like a leech trying to leech on a basketball player that just found new success and money. And I'm that guy that's over there just begging him for money, and yeah, I was excited.
Do you tell your family you're in a movie with Denzel Washington?
You got that right. I'm the star with Denzel. You know, that's right. Look, Mom, I'm here with Denzel. Look.
He's got a few more lines than I do, Mom, but
that's it. A bigger part. But I'm there.
Tell me about the nonprofit theater that the organization you have there before we say goodbye.
Oh, man. Absolutely. The organization near and dear to my heart. Started in 2007. It's called Moving Mountains. So we develop skills, talents, and abilities in youth while building character. Purpose, because there's not enough of it in our community. 1. 2, it's just something that was done for myself growing up also. And I feel like, if they have the access, the opportunity, then they can be great. And we just get out their way and allow them to be great.
That's awesome. Omar coming.
War?
Not anymore. Omar, not. God, I love that character. Omar coming.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Omar coming. What is it? I'm not even going to do it, Mike, because I know that's you, but.
No, it was, that was Farmer in the Dell, I think is what he would whistle, right?
Farmer in the Dell. Yeah, amazing character. Amazing role. Yep.
Yeah, you did not want Omar coming. You did not.
You didn't want to hear that.
No, you did not. Jamie, congrats on your success. I loved Bosch, and hopefully Titus finds a role for you in this spinoff here.
Oh, man, thank you so much, man. I'm excited. We're working right now. Currently, I'm actually headed off to work in Baltimore on a project called We Own the City also. So it's for HBO, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, brother.
That's
Dan.
Jamie Hector, actor. He played Marlo on The Wire, plays Detective J. Edgar on Bosch.